What do you think of when you hear literacy? Do you think of the ability to read? The ability to write? When I think of literacy, that's what I think about. A typical and extremely common definition, right? Well, the thing is, there are all kinds of literacy out there. Some common ones include digital, visual, and foundational. Have you heard of any of these? I have personally only known about one, foundational literacy, which is reading, writing, and meaning making, according to a website named Advancing K-12. Pretty typical and most commonly understood as the general meaning of literacy. As for the other two, I have only heard of them and not about them. According to Cornell University, digital literacy is the ability to find, evaluate, utilize, share, and create content using information technologies and the internet. Knowing the definition now, I feel pretty confident in my ability with this particular type of literacy. I can't go anywhere without my phone because that's how I keep in contact, learn new information, and keep track of my classes. As for visual literacy, a website named Victoria State Government describes it as making meaning from still and moving image texts. When you watch an advertisement clip, you are engaging in visual literacy by reading what they have to say. The same thing applies to the billboards that you pass by on the freeway. Between these, foundational literacy is probably more recognizable. The website, Advancing K-12, that I mentioned earlier, states that there are 10 types of literacy that include these three. Those 10 types of literacy are digital, media, visual, data, game, health and financial, civic and ethical, news, coding and computational, and foundational. They each have their own definitions, too. That's a lot more than one single term and definition, isn't it? Based on that information alone, it is pretty clear that there is not a single definition of literacy. One type of literacy I did not mention previously is information literacy. According to a company named Center for Teaching, information literacy is defined as the ability to know when there is a need for information. This happens to be the type that I am well versed in when it comes to a hobby of mine. But before I get to that, I want to review something. For most people, there is a typical routine during the day. They wake up, drink morning coffee, drive to work, get to work, be at work for 9 hours, drive home, have dinner, watch some TV, and then go to bed. All of these things are repeated 5 times each week. Sound familiar? If not, you may have a unique situation. Perhaps you're a student, or your schedule is just different. But what about the weekends? A typical outing for you is likely with friends and has a bit of drinking, right? For me, that's not enough excitement. What excites me is this. You're probably thinking, what about this is exciting? The thing is, the excitement takes place below the surface. Amid the beauty of nature. Scuba diving. Ever heard of it? If you seek adventure and love nature, this is the right thing for you. Leave the dry world behind you as you sink beneath the surface of the water. With that first underwater breath, the door opens to a whole different and beautiful world. Enticing, right? Before you take that step, though, you need to become literate in this area just like I did. To become literate in this area, the answer is simple. Get certified. Before getting certified, you need to have basic swimming skills and be comfortable in the water. Then you need to decide what kind of diving you want to do. There are open water dives, rescue dives, advanced dives, and wreck and peak dives, all of which provide an exciting new experience each time. Once you've decided, take a class that gives you hands-on experience with a fully trained professional that has done this a multitude of times. The class will teach you about safety procedures, about the equipment and how to use it, where to purchase or rent the equipment, provide you with hands-on practice, and introduce you to future diving buddies. All of this will help you to fully enjoy the experience. My level of literacy is in open water diving. Some specialized vocabulary for this area includes buoyancy, the ability to float in water, equalization, keeping airspace pressure equal to the water pressure outside, BCD, buoyancy control device, scuba cylinder, metal container used to safely store high-pressure air, and regulator, object used to breathe the air from your cylinder. I personally love this hobby because it opens up many possibilities for me to explore and meet new people. Now that you know more about it, is it something you may want to try? If so, check out your local dive supply locations for upcoming classes. And thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to look up more. Contact your supply stores and ask them questions. I also have some links here that you can check out if you are interested in learning more information. Thanks so much.